episode of Heard and Seen Around. I try to decode things that I see and hear from around the world with a little bit of sense and a little bit of nonsense. What I try to cover here is things that happen around the world and in India in the form of charts. I hope you enjoy watching it as much as I enjoyed curating it. Crude face off, you're actually watching fear versus fuel. And right now, fear is winning by a mile. The gold to crude ratio has shot up to 64, more than triple its long term average. That means 1 ounce of gold now buys over 60 barrels of oil, a level usually seen when the world's in a panic mode. So, what's behind this? Gold's been flexing its safe haven muscle while crude struggles under slowing demand and geopolitical jitters. In short, investors want insurance and not ignition. And historically, when this ratio hits these heights, it's the market's way of whispering growth is calling central banks. Your move now. OpenAI has become the world's most valuable private company, worth a jaw dropping $500 billion. That's a cool $100 billion more than SpaceX, and miles ahead of ByteDance, Anthropic, and the rest of the AI chasing back. The message? In 2025, intelligence, not oil, not steel, not even social media, is a new capital. From China's tech giants to India's retail empires, everyone's watching one thing: who controls the smartest machines wins the next decade. So, yes, the age of AI dominance isn't coming, it's already checking its valuation. The US national debt just cannot stop flexing its spending muscles. Since the debt ceiling was raised in July 2025, the US has racked up another $1.7 trillion of debt in just 3 months. And that's like adding an entire Canada GDP to the tab. Total now stands at a staggering $37.9 trillion, climbing faster than interest payments can catch their breath. Sure, Washington has raised the ceiling by $5 trillion, but it seems they took that as a spending challenge and not as a limit. And as bond yields creep higher, the real question isn't can they borrow more? It is who's still willing to lend. India's Energy Balancing Act. India's oil import mix is looking less like a policy and more like a juggling act. In September 25, New Delhi imported 1.6 million barrels per day from Russia, still the top supplier, though slightly down from August. Iraq climbed up to the second place, while US barrels have slipped further in the lineup. On the LNG front, August saw a surge 350,000 tons before cooling a bit in September. The message? India is keeping one eye on the price, another on geopolitics, and both hands on the oil barrels. Because in the global energy game, it's not just about where you buy, it's about who's still selling to you next quarter. India's GCCs, from back office to powerhouse. India's global capability centers or GCCs are having their glow up moment. Once quite offshore outposts, they now employ over 1.7 million professionals, and nearly 12% of them house more than 2,500 employees each. About 5% now qualify as mega GCCs, that's over 5,000 employees and $1 billion in global revenue. And here's a kicker: nearly 90% of these mega GCCs have moved beyond cost cutting into advanced stages like digital transformation and portfolio innovation. Tech and telecom lead the charge, with BFSI and semiconductors close behind. That happens in the next 5 years. Expect another 70 Indian centers to join the mega GCC club because for global firms, India isn't just a support base anymore. It is a strategy. Here's a map that will make you double check your calculator. The Ambani family's net worth, roughly $130 billion, is now higher than the entire GDP of most Indian states. every blue region on this map actually. The total economy is smaller than the Ambani's fortune. Only five states, Maharashtra, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh, managed to beat them. It's a kind of statistic that says as much about India's billionaire boom as it does about regional inequality. So, what if India's state boundaries weren't about politics, but population density? This reimagined map does exactly that. It redraws India so that every state holds roughly the same number of people. The result? Uttar Pradesh balloons into a super state, while the density packed Delhi shrinks into a pocket sized megacity. Rajasthan, Gujarat, and Odisha sprawl out wide, while Tamil Nadu and Kerala tighten up. This is a reminder that India's population isn't just massive, it's quite unevenly spread. Some states burst at the seams, while others still have some breathing space. India's FDI pulse. After a quiet spell, foreign investors are clearly swiping right on India again. Gross FDI inflows hit $11.1 billion recently, the strongest in nearly 2 years. It's a rebound story that's been building since mid 2024 with confidence creeping back into manufacturing, renewables, and tech. This chart also shows what's changed. The wild spikes of 2021 are gone, replaced by steadier inflows. Translation: India's FDI story is shifting from one-time big bets to sustained conviction. And in a world hunting for growth, investors seem to agree the world's fastest growing large economy isn't slowing down anytime soon. Flows in and flows out. India's foreign investment story isn't just about money coming in anymore. It is also about money going out. Between April and July 2025, inward FDI jumped to $37.7 billion, up sharply from last year. But here's the twist: outward FDI also hit a record $10.7 billion as Indian firms go global, investing in energy, manufacturing, and tech abroad. This two-way flow signals confidence, both foreign investors betting on India and Indian companies betting on themselves. Think of it as India's capital account finally growing up, no longer just receiving, but also giving back to the global economy.